Welcome viewers. This video will show you how does a coagulation cascade work, primarily the extrinsic and the common pathways. Coagulation cascade is a series of steps in response to bleeding caused by tissue injury. It is also called as secondary hemostasis. Each step of the cascade activates the next step and ultimately produces a blood clot. It involves activation of various clotting factors, which ultimately forms cross-linked fibrin. There are total 12 clotting factors that are labeled with Roman numerals from 1 to 13. As there is no factor named as factor 6. Each of the 12 clotting factor has an inactivated and an activated form. Due to damage of the blood vessels, platelet bind directly to the underlying collagen and create a platelet plug. This is called as primary hemostasis. The secondary hemostasis reinforces the platelet plug with protein mesh called as fibrin. In the coagulation cascade, there are two separate pathways, that is, intrinsic and extrinsic pathway, which merge together to initiate the common pathway. Collagen exposure to platelets causes activation of intrinsic pathway, which involves activation of factor 12, 11, 9 and 10 consecutively in the presence of calcium ion. This pathway is not being shown in this model. Instead, the extrinsic pathway comprising of factor 7, 10 and tissue factor, which are located in the phospholipid membrane of endothelial cells of blood vessels, are shown here. Damage to the endothelial tissue causes activation of factor 3 or otherwise called tissue factor. The activated tissue factor activates factor 7 as seen here. Now activated factor 7 activates factor 10. Here we see the continuation of extrinsic pathway as the common pathway after activation of factor 10. In the common pathway, activated factor 10 activates factor 2 into activated factor 2A, otherwise called thrombin. This occurs in the presence of cofactor 5 and calcium, which can be visualized here. Now the final step of coagulation cascade is the conversion of fibrinogen into fibrin by thrombin, which has not been shown in this video. Fibrin then builds the mesh. Once fibrin is activated, it sticks to each other in the presence of factor 13. This ends the coagulation cascade. Calcium ion is needed in many of the above steps to activate the clotting factor. Therefore, its deficiency can result in halting of the coagulation cascade, explaining the use of citrates which has calcium. Therefore, its deficiency can result in halting of the coagulation cascade, explaining the use of citrates having calcium ion in blood bags to inhibit the process of clotting. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe for more medical related content.